All right, let's dive into a really fascinating financial puzzle. Today, we're going to break down a set of simple but incredibly powerful rules that can completely change your financial life. So, have you ever seen this? It's a classic situation, right? You've got one person making 80 grand a year and they are constantly stressed, always broke, and then you have someone else making half that, just 40,000, and they always seem to have money. They're secure. What is going on there? Well, I'll tell you, it's not about how much you make. It's really about the system you live by. And this quote just hits the nail on the head. See, getting a bigger paycheck doesn't magically fix your money habits. It just makes them bigger. It amplifies everything. So if you have small leaks in your financial boat, more money just turns them into giant holes. Real wealth isn't about some lucky break. It's built slowly, methodically, on a foundation of really smart, consistent rules. Now, when I say minimalism, please don't picture some sad, empty white room. That's not it at all. Think of it more like a strategy. It's all about precision. It's about intentionally cutting out the noise, the waste, all the distractions, so you can focus your time, your energy, and your money on what actually builds a better life for you. Okay, so let's start with the first, most important part, building your financial fortress. Before you can build anything up, you have to stop the leaks. This is all about creating a base that is strong, secure, and totally impenetrable. So it is absolutely critical to understand that not all debt is the same. I mean, some debt, like a smart mortgage or a business loan, actually helps you build assets over time. But then you've got toxic debt, things like credit cards with those insane interest rates. That stuff is actively stealing from your future. In fact, think about this. Paying off a credit card that's charging you 25% interest is like getting a guaranteed 25% return on your investment. You will never find a better deal than that. You know, complexity is the absolute enemy of financial control. When you've got accounts scattered all over the place, you totally lose sight of the big picture. So the minimalist approach is all about radical simplification. One checking account, one savings account, one credit card that you pay in full every single month. This clarity gives you so much power, and it gets rid of the chaos that leads to dumb mistakes. And the best part? You can put it all on autopilot. This rule is so simple, and it can literally save you thousands of dollars. The next time you get that urge, that impulse to buy something that's not an essential, just stop. Don't do it. Instead, write it down on a list and just wait 30 days. You will be amazed to find that most of those I have to have it feelings just evaporate. It's an incredible way to teach yourself the difference between a real need and just a fleeting want. Okay, so we've secured the foundation, we've plugged the leaks. Now let's talk about the real engine of wealth. Because money is just one resource. Your true assets, the things that really create wealth, are your time, your energy, and your attention. Let's get into how you can master those. How you start your day pretty much determines how it's going to end. I mean, if you wake up and the very first thing you do is grab your phone and dive into the chaos of emails and social media, you're starting the day on defense. Wealth is built with intention, with clarity. Owning those first quiet minutes of the day to plan or think or exercise, that sets a proactive, powerful tone for everything that follows. You know, trying to do everything at once is basically the fastest way to get absolutely nothing done. So the minimalist approach is about focusing your power. Pick a maximum of just three transformative goals for the year. Maybe it's paying off a specific debt or learning a new skill. Then every other decision you face gets filtered through one simple question. Does this help me with one of my 3 priorities? If the answer is no, it's just a distraction. Let's be clear, burning yourself out is not some badge of honor. It's a one-way ticket to making terrible decisions. A tired, exhausted brain always defaults to the easy choice. It overspends for convenience, and it can't see the big picture. So protecting your energy with proper sleep and rest isn't lazy. It is a core financial strategy. All right, now let's apply all these ideas to the physical world, the actual stuff around us. Because what you own has a huge direct impact on both your mind and your wallet. Let's just look at the simple math here. The cheap option always feels like a win in the moment, doesn't it? But it costs you so much more over time. And I'm not just talking about money. Look at the hassle factor. You're constantly replacing junk. When you invest in real quality from the start, you save yourself money, you save yourself time, and you simplify your life. Think about it. Every tiny little decision you make all day, like what should I wear, it chips away at your mental energy. It's like a battery draining. A simple, functional wardrobe where everything kind of works together, that frees up your brain power for the really high-value decisions. You know, like your career or your investments. This is so true. Your physical space is a direct reflection of your mental space. A cluttered, messy home creates this low-level, constant stress that makes clear thinking almost impossible. But a simple, organized space, that gives you the mental clarity you need to make sharp financial decisions. Okay, so we have all these rules, we have these principles. Now let's put them all together and turn them into a system that runs on autopilot, creating wealth consistently year after year. A lot of people think routine is boring, but it is the exact opposite. Routine is freedom. When your most important actions, like saving money, investing, reviewing your finances, when those are just built into a routine, they happen automatically, without you needing willpower. It's that consistency, not some occasional heroic effort, that builds real, lasting wealth. I really can't overstate this one. The people you spend the most time with have a direct financial impact on your life. I mean, if your whole social circle is about encouraging debt and wasteful spending, it is going to be incredibly difficult for you to get ahead. You have to surround yourself with people who are focused on growth because you will inevitably rise with them. Look, life is always changing. Your priorities are going to shift. What worked for you 6 months ago might just be clutter today. And that's why a scheduled review is so important. It's your chance to step back, look at your finances, your commitments, your habits, and just cut away whatever is no longer serving your main priorities. This is what keeps you lean, focused, and on the right track. The most important thing is not to get overwhelmed by all this. Don't try to do everything at once. Just start small. Pick 3 rules from this list that really speak to you, just 3, and focus on mastering them this month. Make them automatic. Then, and only then, you can come back and maybe add 3 more. This is how you build a powerful system that actually lasts. So in the end, this isn't really about having less stuff. It's about making space for more of what actually matters. More freedom, more security, more time for life. And it all starts with one simple decision: to cut the excess. So, the question is, what will you cut first?